Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending December 19th. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at this week is Dungeons & Dragons Online releases Update 8. Now, Update 8, which released on December 13th, is the last update for the year and adds a bunch of new holiday events to the game. A new adventure pack and a bunch of other mostly cash shop related items. But it's not all cash shop stuff though. Turbine rebalanced a bunch of skills, changed a few monster stats around, as well as made a few tweaks to the game's UI. And in case you don't recognize the trailer playing in the background for DDO, it's one of the older trailers for the game back in 2006, back when the game was still pay to play. Up next guys, Cabal Online releases episode 5 on December 13th, and the newest update for Cabal Online adds a bunch of new features to the game, most notably a mercenary system. The update is actually called episode 5 Mercenary, so it makes sense that they added a mercenary system. Other updates include the ability to send in-game mail, including golden items to other players. Surprised they didn't have that before. A new dual pet system, a bunch of new quests to explore, new costumes, and just overall a lot of other stuff to do in the game. Now, Cabal Online is a bit of an older game, but it's still cool to see it being updated. Up next guys, more MapleStory Big Bang news. Big Bang Part 2 will be releasing on December 20th, and it will be adding 2 new classes to the game. It will be adding the new Battle Mage class as well as the Wild Hunters, as well as a whole new area called Edelstein. So Big Bang will be rolled out in a total of 3 phases, and this is the second phase of it. Nexon has been on a roll with updates lately, as the first part of Big Bang came earlier in the month. Next up guys, the folks at Cheap Potato released a major update for Allods Online called Fury of the War, patch 1.1.04. The new patch was released on December 16th and adds a whole bunch of new content to the game, including new dungeons to explore, new zones to explore, new customization options, and just a bunch of little things as well. You also have new guild levels to the game as well now, and this is all live right now. And the video I'm using for this bit of news is actually really old because Cheap Potato never releases for their updates. Up next guys, it's a game we don't really talk too much about. MLB Dugout Heroes launches Season 3 update, which adds a whole bunch of new stuff to the game. Now, MLB Dugout Heroes is a baseball-themed MMO, and the latest update to the game adds a bunch of new stadiums for the game, a new game mode called Home Run Derby, which features up to 5v5 gameplay, as well as a new AI takeover system. This latest update launched around December 15th. Up next guys, on December 15th, UTV True Games announced that they are accepting beta applications for Faxion Online, their newest 3D fancy PvP heavy MMORPG. Now Faxion announced that it would begin its closed beta testing in the first quarter of 2011. Too bad UTV True Games never got around to launching Mythion. That game was in open beta for a while and then it sort of disappeared off the face of the earth since September. I'm not sure why they just stopped the open beta. Hopefully that game does get around to launching soon. Now there isn't that much info about Faxion Online yet, but I'm sure we'll learn more as the game gets closer to release. Next up, and I'll keep this one a bit short because I talked about this earlier, Legend of Martial Arts from Perfect World is now live. It has exited the open beta phase and is in full release mode. Although nowadays open beta pretty much means full release anyways. Players can expect some bug fixes as well as minor tweaks to the game since open beta. Next up guys, as of December 15th, Voxter Entertainment's CrimeCraft has been added to the Warp Portal service. And for those that don't know, Warp Portal is Gravity's, the same guys behind Ragnarok Online's, Steam-like service where you're supposed to be able to download a whole bunch of other MMOs. CrimeCraft has also added its newest Bleed Out expansion pretty recently, and you can see from the video, it is a third-person MMO shooter. Up next guys, Dragon Saga, previously known as Draconica Online, releases the final part of the Paris Strikes Back update, which increased the level cap to 70, adds a bunch of new stuff to the game, including a new guild tournament, as well as a new arena, as well as a new My Home system, which lets players customize and decorate their own personal area where they can invite their friends to chillax with. Another new feature to be added with the update is a new wedding system, and those married can do special couple quests. The next and last piece of news this week is a major update for Avalon Heroes is arriving on December 22nd, and Avalon Heroes is a League of Legends Heroes of New Earth style arena-based MMO, and the newest update adds 2 new heroes to the game as well as a much needed reconnect system which lets disconnected players rejoin the games they got disconnected from. The game is by Allods Online and has enjoyed numerous updates since its original release. Players can also expect 2 new game modes for the update called Elimination as well as Deathmatch. Well guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for games that just recently launched, we have several games to look at, including Project Blackout, which began its open beta on December 15th, and Project Blackout is actually called Point Blank in both Asia and South America. The game is a 3D MMO FPS, as you can tell from the video playing in the background. The game is being published by SG Interactive, which used to be called Entrive. Another game that just launched in open beta on December 16th is CosmicBreak from Cyberstep. For those that don't know, CosmicBreak is a fast-paced 3D third-person MMO shooter that plays a lot like X-Steel except with more anime-inspired graphics. This is actually the second time the game went into open beta, as the first time was 6+ months ago and the game is finally out for good now. At least I hope so. The visuals themselves are kind of blocky, but anyone who liked X-Steel or wants a fast-paced, action MMO shooter should definitely give the game a try. Next up, guys, another game that just went into open beta is Bloodline Champions from Stunlock Studios. What an awesome name for a game studio, Stunlock Studios. Anyway, it's a 3D MMO fighting arena-based game published by Funcom. Since going into open beta, the game's servers will now remain up 24/7 and new heroes have been added to the game called Bloodlines. The game is still expected to release mid-January, and for those that missed my earlier announcement, Bloodline Champions is actually free to play with a buy-to-play option. Well guys, that's it since there are no games launching soon. Anyway guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending December 19th, 2010. Now if you want to read more about or learn about any of the news I mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. Anyway guys, this is Omer, signing off.